You open your eyes after a full 8 hours of sleep, and you are already entirely drained. It is a heavy, sinking feeling. In the quiet of the morning, you might secretly ask yourself if you are just lazy, or if your faith is simply weak. You are not lazy. What you are experiencing is a biological state of burnout. Your nervous system is trapped in chronic survival mode. The human brain is designed to handle acute, temporary stress. By the end of this video, we will walk through a precise protocol drawn from the 11th chapter of Matthew to shut down this biological alarm and step into divine rest. True rest begins with a simple acknowledgement. Your profound physical exhaustion is a direct symptom of the spiritual burden of trying to play God. We start by looking back to the shores of Galilee in the 1st century. Jesus is addressing crowds in the local towns, discussing their reactions to the prophet John the Baptist. He observes that the culture of his day is remarkably stubborn. He compares the generation to children sitting in the marketplaces, calling out to one another, impossible to satisfy no matter what tune is being played. John the Baptist arrived in the desert with strict fasting and mourning. On the other hand, Jesus came feasting, drinking, and building community with sinners. Yet the crowds rejected both approaches. They claimed John had a demon because of his strictness, and they called Jesus a glutton and a drunkard because of his joy. We do the exact same thing today. Our exhausted modern culture constantly pushes back against God's rhythms of rest because they clash with our expectations of constant hustle and visible productivity. As long as we demand that God conform to our frantic, performance-driven expectations, we will continue to resist the exact relief we so desperately need. This brings us to a specific warning Jesus issues in Matthew chapter 11, verse 25. He praises the Father because God hides his wisdom from the wise and learned. Today, we often fall into the expert trap. We believe we can overanalyze, outthink, or meticulously schedule our way out of our burnout. Relying entirely on your own intellect to fix your exhaustion actually makes the problem worse. It forces your brain into an endless loop of problem solving, which keeps your biological fight or flight state fully active. Instead of the wise mindset, Jesus praises the mindset of little children. This is a state characterized by pure dependence and the deliberate choice to surrender control. You cannot cure burnout by accumulating more knowledge or trying harder. The biological and spiritual cure requires relinquishing your need to know and control everything. Once we drop the need for control, Jesus extends his ultimate invitation. In verses 28 through 30, he calls all who are weary and burdened to come to him and take his yoke upon them. Now, the word yoke often triggers panic. To an already overwhelmed person, accepting a yoke sounds like God is piling even more tasks and rules onto an impossibly packed schedule. This is a 1st century agricultural yoke. It is a specific tool designed to connect two animals to share and distribute a massive load. The physics of a double ox yoke rely entirely on leverage. The weight is distributed so the stronger, more experienced partner bears the true burden, while the weaker animal simply walks alongside, guided by the other's strength. The reason your nervous system is failing is because you have been strapped into a single yoke. You are pulling the heavy cart of life entirely by yourself. Biblical rest involves stepping into the lighter side of a yoke driven by Christ, allowing his strength to set the pace for your daily responsibilities. To transition out of worldly hustle and into that divine yoke, we need to implement a daily protocol consisting of 3 specific habits. Habit 1, you must stop manufacturing peace. When panic rises about a deadline or a relationship, take the physical action of literally opening your empty hands in front of you. This physical motion signals your brain to drop the illusion of control. Habit 2, manually hand over the weight. Vague prayers won't tell your nervous system that a threat is gone. You must be highly specific. Verbally name your exact deadlines, fears, and pressures, and explicitly transfer those items to Jesus. Habit 3, allow the Holy Spirit to reset your body. After you pray, sit in total silence for 2 minutes. Do not immediately check your phone or jump into the next task. This silence triggers a measurable biological shift. It lowers your heart rate and signals the nervous system to transition from its fight or flight response into a steady state of rest. By executing these 3 steps, you override your biological stress response through the active, manual practice of spiritual surrender. We have covered a lot of ground. You now understand why your body is failing, why your mind resists letting go, and the exact physical mechanics of how a yoke shares a massive load. The core relief here is simple. The heavy lifting of life is no longer yours to carry alone. Here is your immediate next step. The very second this video ends, I want you to practice habit 2. Identify one specific worry that is burning you out right now. Open your hands and verbally transfer that exact burden over to Jesus. Aligning yourself with his yoke provides the necessary framework for your soul to recover both biologically and spiritually. Let him carry the weight.